Looks like that caught Prosecutor Sadmati off guard. This is my chance to rip his case to shreds. That evening, I was enjoying a trek through the night sky with my homemade paraglider. Hold on. I'm gonna press this, because I don't know how there's an accident when there's, like, no wind. But just as Mount Pony Pony was drawing near, something terrible happened. Something terrible happened? Exactly. And when I say terrible, I mean terrible. What? Was there something unexpected near Mount Pony Pony? I don't remember. What was it again? Wait, you don't remember? Let's just say it was terrible. Well, I guess I can't press this. Going after this guy's contradictions is really hard, given that this is a witness who, like, would have been thrown out of court by now. This vague testimony would not fly in, like, any other Ace Attorney case. An accident forced me to make an emergency landing at the inner sanctum.
Hold it!
What exactly was this accident you had? Good question. Now, what was it again? Wind? Oh yeah, it was the wind. There was no wind. And not just any wind, but a sudden gale-force wind. Made me lose control. The wind was strong enough to make you lose control. You got that right. Okay then, please add that to your testimony. Gale-force winds came out of nowhere, so I made an emergency landing at the sanctum. Liar. Which one's the weather report? Yeah, it's the last bit of the newspaper.
Objection!
We have a saying in my country, Mr. Immis. From one lie sprouts another. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? It means someone caught lying will lie again in an attempt to conceal their first lie. In other words, this current testimony is just a blatant lie you're telling to cover your tracks. What did you just say? You claimed gale-force winds caused you to lose control. But this newspaper has the weather report for the day of the murder. It says, the area around the inner sanctum will enjoy calm, clear skies today. Polunka! Why, I do believe it does say that. From one lie sprouts another. That makes sense, but is it really a saying back home? I've never heard of it. Yeah, same here. Yeah, I kind of made that one up. For real? Your Majesty, the witness's testimony contains another flaw, one that's even more fatal to his cause. More fatal, you say? The defense will explain himself at once. Mr. Immis claims he was flying up around the inner sanctum with his paraglider. Yeah, Phoenix Wright updated the weather report. Objection, dumbass. But it would have been impossible to get all the way up there without any wind. Why, yes, I believe you're right. But we know the witness was at the inner sanctum, so... Mr. Immis, how did you get there, and from where? Without any wind, he couldn't have flown up there from the bottom of the mountain. Did dumb fuck Emma not tell you? Throwing away Snacku's noise. By process of elimination, the only starting point that makes any sense is... Your Majesty, I believe I have the answer to your question. Forensics equipment confiscating noises. To reach the inner sanctum, Mr. Immis must have launched himself from here. The prison.
Take that!
We can finally establish. Ah! Are you insane? That's where he came from? If he couldn't have come from below, the only other option is above. So you see, Anon Immus came down from Royal Penitentiary number 4. From there, he could have easily reached the inner sanctum by parachute. And that means he might have also killed the High Priest. What? Mr. Immis, were you the third party at the inner sanctum? And the one behind the warning to halt the right that the victim received? Was it you we saw in his final memory? Are you the rebel hunter Lady Kira? Ooh-ah! Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, sir, help me out here. You did it! You finally left him speechless. Oh, come on, Mr. Prosecutor, man. Quiet, you fool. You should use this time to prepare yourself for what is to come. For a fate far worse than hangnail hell awaits you now. Well done, defense. I must concede this point to you. The witness did, in fact, descend to the inner sanctum from Royal Penitentiary number 4. Huh? He didn't even put up a fight this time. That's awfully generous of him. But if you are perceptive as you seem, then surely you already figured out the riddle. The riddle of Anon Immis's true identity? Oh, his true identity? Not sure I know quite yet. Really, Phoenix? But I guess I'll have to answer something. It would seem I am the only one still in the dark here. Gee, I wonder who he is. Would the defense care to enlighten me? Who is this man we've been calling Anon Immis? The witness's true identity is... Alright, there we go. Is this really him? Only now do you realize the truth. Well, please do share with us your belated insight. What's wrong, Nick? Why are you holding back? Because this isn't going to be very helpful to our case. Really? Are you sure? Unfortunately, I've got no other choice. How is this not helpful? That scruffy beard and shaggy mane completely threw me off. But it's all becoming clear now. The nighttime base jump from the mountaintop prison. The precision landing at the inner sanctum using only a homemade parachute. Only a paratrooper, or more precisely, a former paratrooper could have pulled that off. So Sadmati knew this guy was a convicted criminal and just covered it up, I guess? That seems more corrupt than anything these putrid-brained lawyers you hate do. This witness is Dots Arabal, prison escapee and key member of Dirk's rebel group. What? Ah! The witness is an escaped prisoner? Precisely. The police have been scouring every corner of the city to no avail. Meanwhile, here he was under our noses the entire time. Ah! Didn't think anyone would ever see through my clever disguise. Quote, the witness's charade is not all that's been shattered. It is it defense? Boy, do I hate this guy. Please recall the defense's own words. Whoever sent it clearly meant to threaten the High Priest. The letter said, do not perform the rite. The rite went on as scheduled. I believe that is why the High Priest was murdered. Who do you suppose sent that letter? A person with something to hide. The rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira herself. I think the High Priest put it there personally. To, like, stage some shit. He claimed that the real killer was the rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira. Yeah, and what's your point? What of the witness's true identity? Only a paratrooper, or more precisely, a former paratrooper, could have pulled that off. The witness is Dots Arabal, prison escapee and key member of Dirk's group. Oh no! He is a rebel and an escaped prisoner. He could not possibly have been Lady Kira, mortal enemy of the rebels. What? What? It's a disguise, you fucking renegade. Oh no, he's a rebel. He hates Lady Kira, so he'd never disguise himself as her and then kill a priest. What? You're stupid! Who wrote this case? I'm so pissed off right now! No! This case sucks more than the first one. How? Now perhaps the witness will enlighten us to the truth. After all, he has yet to refute any of this. Hoo-ha! You got me. I'm the razor-sharp fangs of the Defiant Dragons. Third case syndrome. That's horrible! When did you get your memory back? Oh, around the time you guys were talking about there being no wind. But you gotta give me credit for making up all that testimony off the top of my head. Even after the identity reveal, he's still an idiot. Are you prepared to tell us the truth now? Well, it's true I parachuted down from the inner sanctum, but I banged my head on impact and ended up unconscious outside the ritual curtain. In short, all my eyewitness testimony was a big fat lie. A big fat lie? Oh, and by the way, long time no see, Yudi. Wait, they know each other? That's interesting. Your Majesty. This filthy rebel belongs in a jail cell. Oh yes, of course. Bailiff sees him at once. Seems you really have forgotten the will of the dragon, huh, Yudi? But I haven't. And no dogs of the Quran regime are gonna lay a finger on me. Alley-oop! Okay. He ran away. Deploy all available resources. I want all units placed on high alert. I don't know, third case of the first game was fine. And the third one. What was the fourth one? Because I remember 4-2 was the case I liked the least. Not 4-3. The escaped prisoner escaped again. The police force has been placed on high alert. He will be caught before long. An escaped prisoner has escaped the law again after giving a ton of false testimony. Talk about a troublemaker. He really pulled a number on all of us. What was the point of all that anyway? Well, I can't help... Yeah. Well, I can't help but feel that that entire episode was an enormous waste of time. And it's the prosecution's fault. Are we going to acknowledge that? That was the prosecution's witness who just wasted our time. 4-3 is the Lammy Roar case. Oh, I like that one. I guess some people don't, though. Your Majesty. Perhaps it was not as great of a waste as you might believe. What makes you say that, Prosecutor Sudmuddy? That's Arabal dropped something as he made his escape from these halls. Thanks for the compliment, Jesta. That scrap of paper looks awfully familiar. These appear to be direct orders from Dirk. From Dirk, the rebel leader? Does Dirk have a last name? Or a first name? Oh, but we only have a small corner of it. Wait, I remember now. Your Majesty, I've seen that scrap of paper before. You have? The scrap of paper Dot's Arabal dropped is part of this. The blood-stained letter? Or a different torn-up thing. I guess the blood-stained letter. It has the Defiant Dragon logo on it. Dirk Plant!
Take that!
And this is... I found it at the scene of the crime. It appears to be a copy of the order that Mr. Arabal dropped. If we put the two together, we should be able to read what the order says. Ah, good thing that scrap of paper is just the right shape to be able to make up for what's covered in blood. Also, he kept 2 copies of the message because, okay. Oh my, and just what does it say, Mr. Wright? I can't read Karanese. Prosecutor Sudmuddy, if you please. The ignorant lawyer has not bothered to learn our language. Very well, then. I do not understand. Well, what does it say? Using the lamplights as a landmark, he was to parachute down to the inner sanctum. Upon the rite's completion, he was to don Lady Kira's robes and make his escape. What? That is how he was to escape from prison? So, if I were to assume that Mr. Arabal was the one who killed the High Priest, then maybe it was because Abbot Inmi tried to thwart his escape plan? Did he, like, drop the costume on top of the bird statue? It's so obvious the bird statue is what killed the abbot. Agonizingly obvious. Hold on. Maybe it was because Abbot Inmi tried to thwart his escape plan? No. No, no, no. Yeah, that would... If that's what happened, then this is basically Turnabout Big Top 2.0. Except without the pedophilia, so slightly better? Oh, foul lawyer. I'm afraid that is simply ludicrous. Huh? But I didn't say anything. Did he just read my mind? I know how your putrid mind works. Unfortunately for you, however, now that the rebels' escape plan has been revealed, it is clear that Dot's Arabal is not the High Priest's killer. No one wants to marry Rayfa. It is clear that Dot's Arabal is not the High Priest's killer. How can you be so sure? If only you would use that putrid brain of yours every once in a while. Dot's Arabal's plan could not have worked without the help of a certain individual. What do you mean? I am speaking of Abbot Inmi, of course. Had Dot's Arabal simply donned Lady Kira's robes and made his escape alone, he would have been far too conspicuous. But were he by the High Priest's side... The faithful citizens praying in the plaza would have had no cause to suspect anything. It is therefore unthinkable that Dot's Arabal was the High Priest's killer. Oh no, don't tell me it was a fucking accident. Is that what it's gonna turn out to be? Like, the robe just happened to fall on the statue. Please do not go that direction. Do not. I will lose my goddamn mind. Ah! So then you're saying the high priest was a... Oh, I cannot bear to say it. I'm afraid it is so. He numbered among the rebels who threatened our kingdom. What could this be? The high priest? A rebel? There must be some kind of mistake. Hypothetically, let it go and move on. Accept the truth. It is the only way. And that goes double for you, Defense. Cease your futile battle now. And why should I? Because I will now put the final nail in the coffin of the accused. Now that we have eliminated Dots Arabal from our list of suspects, there's only one person who still remains. The accused, Maya Fey.
Hold it!
Hold it right there. Aren't you forgetting something important? Something important? Please do explain, Defense. We can't end this trial without looking into... I guess the arrow. We haven't discussed that yet. Really? That's not the answer? Okay. I guess the murder weapon, because, again, it was the statue that killed him. I'm stupid. I don't know what to say. Why the third party, though? I thought we established the third party was Dats Arabal. I'm talking about the true identity of the Lady Kira we saw in the Seance vision. If that wasn't Dats Arabal, then who was it?
Objection!
He's just gonna say Maya, Phoenix. That matter has already been resolved. It has? What's he talking about? It is as I have maintained from the start. There was no third party in the Seance.
Objection!
But there was another Lady Kira there besides Maya Fey. We all saw her. What the? I can't do my finger point. Really? We're doing this stupid anime shit? Really? Ah! It is time to let it go and move on. Your fate has already been sealed, much like your arm. This hardly seems fair. It is quite simple once you consider where the victim and the accused were at the time. If the victim was near the spring with his back to the accused, what would he see ahead? Besides the water itself, there is nothing but the Warbad statue. Precisely. Oh, wait. Oh, the judge said that. Beside the water itself, there is nothing but the Warbad statue. Precisely. The Lady Kira we saw in the Seance is Warbad's statue draped in her sacred robes. Hey, the thing I wanted to point out, like, an hour ago? Or no, literally when I saw the statue, the first thing I thought when I saw the statue was, this is the real murder weapon. Fucking hell. No way! The accused wanted the false Lady Kira to appear in the Seance vision. Before she came from behind and stabbed the victim with the dagger in a reverse grip. But why would the accused want to do something like create a false Lady Kira? To show to the victim as he was being slain. And what reason would the accused have to fool the victim she was about to kill? It was not the victim she was trying to fool. it was this very court itself. Now, it's very generous of him to think that Maya can think 5 steps ahead like that. Sorry, Maya. Come again? Suspicion would not fall on the accused if it looked as if another Lady Kira was there. And the defense was foolish enough to fall for it and claim it was a third party in disguise. Are you saying... I am. It was all a cleverly wicked scheme perpetrated by the accused. A scheme in which she sought to use the seance vision to mislead us. This case is dumb. I don't like it. I want it to be over. This can't be happening. What a face you are making, defense. I am surprised you are taking this so hard. After all, did I not clearly state a while back that you were chasing after naught but a deluded fantasy? Something has occurred to me, you see. And your allegations of a third party are but a deluded fantasy. You're telling me he knew this is how it would turn out all the way back then? Adam, can you please start your stream so I can raid you and stop playing this shit? I'm getting so upset with this case. That he was just waiting for the most effective moment to spring it on me? Do you understand now? I have had you dancing in the palm of my hand this entire time. It can't be. This is an outrage. You took our royal priestess's sacred divination seance and used it to commit this most foul and despicable murder. No, I did nothing of the sort. Maya. Nick, it's not true. I didn't. Cease this ugly display. Your fate is sealed now that the facts have been exposed. You remembered something about this case? Okay. Your Majesty, the time has come to convict this criminal who only seeks to taint this sacred hall. Indeed, it seems this trial is over. Oh yeah, sure it is.
Hold it!
Does the defense wish to offer up yet another counter-argument or something? The accused is not the killer. And, here's why. Now what do I do? I've got nothing. Is this an H-Bomber Guy video? The defense is not the killer, and here's why. It would appear that the defense has run out of arguments to make. Thought for sure that was the rebel was the killer. The only person with a possible motive, the only one dressed as Lady Kira, has vanished. And I've got nothing to use against Prosecutor Satmati's argument. Yeah, there's 2 bad cases so far. Hopefully there won't be more. Damn it, I can't lose now. Not like this. Very well then, I shall now render my verdict. Wait! Please wait, I'm begging you! It is time to let it go and move on. This trial need not be drawn out any longer. The defense has failed to counter the charge filed by the prosecution. In accordance with the law, I invoke the Defense Culpability Act against the defense. Now then. This court finds the accused, Maya Fey, and the defense, Phoenix Wright. Ah! Can we skip to the part where they just overturn the verdict, because I don't care? Your Majesty, please forgive the interruption, but... What is the meaning of this? A body has been found. In the Plaza of Devotion, Your Majesty. What's this? A body? What happened now? And we found this sticking out of the victim. Why, that's Lady Kira's warbad dagger. Lady Kira, she has returned from the Twilight Realm once more. She has come to defeat the rebels. Peace! Well, it would seem the dagger that was once lost has now been found. I have one more thing to report, Prosecutor Sadmati. Yes? This dagger. It bears the fingerprints of Maya Fey on it. What? But why would Maya's prints be on it? I cannot believe it, yet it must be true. Is something the matter, Prosecutor Sadmati? This trial has run its course, and the accused's guilt has been firmly established. However, it would seem that the defense was right about one thing. I was? You claimed that the murder at the inner sanctum had been carried out by the rebel hunter masquerading as Lady Kira. I did say something to that effect, but what of it? Prosecutor Sadmati, are you suggesting what I think you are? I believe the true identity of the rebel hunter who has been masquerading as Lady Kira is none other than the accused, Miss Maya Fey. What? Me? What? Oh yeah, because Maya is some ultra badass, right? Yeah, she look at her, she's an absolute juggernaut who could totally take out a bunch of armed rebels. I realize how shocking this must seem. Looking back, however, I now realize there was much that pointed to this fact. The rebel-hunting Lady Kira was first sighted about 2 years ago, and the accused first came to our kingdom 2 years ago as well. Why, the timing matches perfectly. But there is more. That warning letter was found in the High Priest's bedroom 3 days before the rite. Despite his house being locked up tight that night.
Objection!
How does that prove anything?
Objection!
It is difficult to believe an intruder could have found a way to enter such a secure house. However, the accused was known to come and freely go there. Come and go freely there. Namely to prepare for the purification rite. Abbot Enmi was an important figure with a ton of duties, including training acolytes. He was really kind, even to a foreigner like me. He even invited me over to his house whenever I was between training sessions. I want to check out my video again. 1 hour, 23 minutes since release. 2.6 thousand views. Okay, not bad. He even invited me over to his house whenever I was between training sessions. The accused could have easily left the house unlocked for herself without anyone noticing. No! They used an arrow. It was fired into the priest's home. For fuck's sake, you idiots. If we assume that the accused was Lady Kira, that more establishes her motive for killing the High Priest. Yes, the victim was secretly an insurgent, bent on helping Datsarabal escape after all. Precisely. That made him a target of Lady Kira's wrath. If you think that he's... And after killing the High Priest, she then unleashed her divine justice on another rebel. So she can go then, right? Don't you want the rebels dead? If you think Maya is killing the rebels, then would you not want to execute her? I don't think. Like, what are we doing here? So it seems the scope of this case has expanded. We now have 2 murders perpetrated by Miss Maya Fey, masquerading as Lady Kira. If Miss Fey is indeed a serial killer, it would affect the severity of her punishment. In light of this, I believe the second murder must be investigated before we proceed. As you wish, Your Majesty. Maya Fey, I hereby charge you with this second murder. May your defiled soul feel the weight of your sins. A new murder charge on top of a guilty verdict. It seems the defense will live to see one more day. Talk about hanging on by a thread. Come tomorrow, a far more terrible punishment awaits you. I hereby suspend these proceedings so that the second murder may be investigated. Until the conclusion of this new investigation, this court is adjourned. Yeah, a day 2 of this shitty, garbage, stupid fuck trial. Maya Fey's unfertilized egg is arrested. What do I do now? Can't believe Maya and I were actually found guilty. This trial need not be We went over this. I don't care. We don't need a flashback, I just saw it. Just go. This case fucking sucks. Mr. Wright! Albie, I saw the whole trial. What's going to happen to Miss Maya now? I'm worried about that too. But right now... I have one more thing to report, Prosecutor Sadmati. Yes? This dagger. Yeah, we went over this. For fuck's sake. Fuck this shit.